What's up guys, this is Steve for Android at Night, and today I'm going to be showing you some of my favourite photo editing apps for Android, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. First on this list we have Photo Director, and this is one of my favourites because the interface is super easy to use. You get a big preview image of your photo in the middle of the screen, and you can scroll along this bar at the bottom to select all of your different filters and your different effects. It's got an absolutely massive amount of filters, including my favourite HDR filter of all time. You can also add overlays to your images, and this can be in the form of text or other images as well. So this overlay effect, you can see here, I'm going to lay some lightning over this sky. I already tweaked the sky using HDR mode, which makes it look a little bit more dramatic. But you can put this lightning across, and then you can select exactly where you want it to sit. You can then selectively edit it so you can remove it where you don't want it to be. So for example, I've edited it here so it just exists in the sky. The overall effect is really nice, and as I said at the start, it's really easy to use. It also has a colour splash mode, which will allow you to extract a single colour from a photo and emphasise it. And then the final cool feature that this has is the ability to remove an object, and a lot of different photo editing apps have this capability, but this is just one of the easiest to use. Next up we have Prisma, and this does one thing and does it really well, and that is turning your photos into sort of abstract paintings. This is basically just applying filters over your images, but the effects that you can create are really powerful, and it's just something you can't get in any other app. This is really easy to use. You just select your photo and then you scroll along the bottom and check out all the different pre-selected effects. You can then download more styles if you want from their theme store, and as I said, they add more every week. The only downside to this is if you're on an older phone, it can take a little bit of time to apply each effect, but it's definitely worth it for the quality of the results. They're constantly adding more filters, and if you really like art and photography, this is definitely one that you need to try out. Next on this list we have Photolab, and if you're looking for a photo editing app to do just really crazy things that you wouldn't expect a photo editing app on a phone to be able to do, then Photolab is definitely the one for you. You can apply loads of different effects, so if you want to be a Game of Thrones character you can, if you want to be a nun, if you want to put your face onto a pair of hands, these are all things that Photolab will let you do with ease. And the breadth of the effects that this achieves just using your phone is really impressive. Not only can you edit a photo, but you can then also animate it. So for example, you can make your eyes spin around, you can put snow on top of it, you can put bubbles in front of it, you can have disco lights. It's not the sort of classiest photo editing app in the world, and it's not that professional, but if you're looking to make really cool GIFs or just mess around with some really interesting effects, then Photolab is definitely one that you need to try out. If you're looking for an editing app purely for selfies, then Airbrush is for you. As the name would suggest, this is just about making your face look more airbrushed. There are loads of different filters that you can apply, and these will let you preview them as you take the photo. And then once you've taken your selfie, you can sort of beautify it by removing blemishes and spots. You can smoothen out your skin and apply all sorts of different effects to make it look as if you're wearing makeup. This one isn't one that I'd use personally, but if you do like taking a lot of selfies, you will definitely find it very useful. Next on this list we have Snapseed, and this is probably my favourite overall, but the interface does take a little bit of getting used to. So you select an effect from this menu, and then you scroll left or right to change the intensity, and you can also scroll up and down to select different elements within that effect. One of my favourite effects is lens blur, and this allows you to mimic a DSLR camera by applying a selective blur around a portrait's face. This is one of my favourite effects of all time, and Snapseed does it really well. It's also got all the other editing features you'd expect. One of my favourites allows you to automatically correct the horizon of a photo to make it look a little bit more square. And it also has an image correction which allows you to remove features from a photo, as well as allowing you to edit and lay different photos on top of each other. If you're looking for an editing app which really can do everything from more serious editing all the way down to doing basic filter work, then Snapseed is definitely one to try out. And finally on this list is one of my favourites, and this is Tilt Shift. This does, again, one thing, but does it really well, and that is applying a tilt shift filter to an image. Essentially what this does is apply a linear blur, and this makes your image look like it's a toy, so you can make buildings and people look like they're little models. It's a really interesting effect, and there's a bunch of different apps out there which claim to do it, but Tilt Shift is definitely the easiest to use. You can change around with different image heats, which makes the effect look even more dramatic. You can change where the blur is, you can change the width of it. Everything you need to customize you can, and if you like tilt shifting, this is the best app to try it out. So there you are guys, those are my favourite photo editing apps for Android 2017. Let me know your favourites in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. You can follow me on all my social media whatnots with the links in the description, and as always I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.